Hi everybody, just doing a video here comparing the systems PS3, the Wii, and the 360. Let's start with, well, I'm going to say right off the bat, let you know, I am going to lean towards the PS3 pretty much in every area, just because after all my years of gaming and using these different systems, as you can see I do have all of them, that I've come to appreciate the qualities of the PS3 over all of them. Well, let's get started. First of all, it depends what you're looking for. If you're going to go out and buy a used system, you definitely want to be careful where you buy it from. GameStop would be a good place to get it because they readily have other systems to replace in case it breaks down. If you buy it online, make sure you're buying it from a reputable seller who either you get a warranty or a guarantee for a certain amount of days. Because with the used systems, unfortunately, there's ways out to get them up and running for a short period of time, but they're not really what they should be. Now, when you go used, if you go used and you go with a 360, I would not recommend getting one of the older models, like the bottom here. The bottom 360 that you see is the Elite. The Elite is very similar to the original 360 models in the design, except for it has the dark grayish color. They both have the original 360s and this have the detachable memory unit on the side, which you can only buy from Microsoft, which was always a bummer to me. And Microsoft came out with the idea that let's make a system with no memory unit, which makes it very difficult for saves and things like that. Much like going back to the old PlayStation 2, where you either had to buy a memory unit or a memory card, which with today's gaming and downloading things and videos and upgrades is pretty much useless. So the whole idea was to get you to buy something extra afterwards so it would appear that you're saving money. Now, if you go out and buy an older system, trust me, my favorite older system would be the PS3, the original model, the 60 gig, because it came with everything you needed all at once. And yes, it seemed like you were shelling a lot more money out, but it had everything you needed. And aside from the losing of the backward compatibility, that's what the PS3 now offers, the Slim. The Slim has wireless internet capabilities, or you can use the Ethernet cable. It has HDMI output. If you don't have HDMI, it has regular AV cables. The power supply is nice and small. It's just a regular power cord. And it has a built-in Blu-ray player. It has the USB. You can go online and watch Netflix. Everything that you look for in a system. And many of those are now also in the new 360, the Slim. The new one now comes with built-in wireless. Before the original models, the Elites and the models before that did not. You had to buy a separate adapter from anywhere from $50 if it's used up to $100 if it's new. There is no Blu-ray capability in either of these. The original 360s, when they came out with that, their idea was to compete with the Blu-rays, which was a HD drive, which was separate and plugged into the system as an accessory. You can still buy those. They're all going to be used. They don't make them anymore because the HD DVD is dead. Blu-ray beat it. Also, the original 360 units, if you're buying used, be careful. Check the back. Does it have HDMI output? The Elite and the new 360s do, but the original 360 models did not have HDMI output. Therefore, it did not have true 1080p ability or HDMI ability. Another drawback to the 360s, in my opinion, is the power brick. It's about almost half the size of the Wii, and it's going to take up extra space, and it's something else that can break down. Like I said, the power cord for the PS3 is just a normal power cord. The power cord for the Wii itself, it looks like one for a laptop. It's the gray cord and has the power brick in the middle. It's not as big as the 360s. The 360 actually is about the size of a house brick, but it's gray and has its own built-in fans and units. As far as the Wii itself, let's talk about that for a minute. It does not have the ability to use Ethernet. Both the PS3 and 360s do. If you want to use Ethernet cables instead of wireless to use the internet with and for your Wii, you have to buy an adapter. Otherwise, you need to use wireless. The Wii also does not have the HD capabilities of either the PS3 or the 360. Now, if you just want to play games, you don't care about how good the games look on your TV, then that doesn't matter. But to people who are investing in HD TVs, high quality TVs, and buying a high quality system, wanting to play the games looking as sharp as possible, as real as possible, the Wii is not a good option. The Wii is a good option as far as price goes. It is the cheapest of them all. The games are cheaper, and it's good for kids because it has a lot of kid-friendly games. People who enjoy Mario, the big three, Mario, Zelda, and Metroid. Those are the big three draws for the Wii. They have not had a lot of third-party support. The PS3 and 360 have very close, very identical libraries. There's very few games that are available on the PS3 that aren't available on the 360, and there's very few of it that are available on the 360 that are not available on the PS3. A couple of outstanding ones that are PS3 exclusives would be God of War, Metal Gear 4, and Uncharted. While the 360 has a couple ones that I enjoy, like Crackdown, Halo, and a few others that are exclusive to the 360. So unless there's a game that you really have to have on either or system, then that might not sway you. Now the online services of the three systems, by far, to me, the superior one is the PS3. You can play games online for free. You can chat for free, video chat, all that. You don't need to buy what they call the premium membership. For the 360, they call it the gold membership. And in order to get that, you have to pay per month or for a year or for 3 months. They call it the gold membership. They do give you the silver, which allows you to update your system and download some demos after they're free. But without the gold, the system is pretty much handicapped as far as online goes. The PS3 does have a premium upgrade, which is pretty cool. It's called PlayStation Plus, but you don't have to get it. It's just a preference if you choose. They give you free games and stuff like that, give you advanced downloads, but it's not required. With the PlayStation Plus, you do get a small storage space online for game saves, which is nice. If you want to go to a friend, you can just upload it there and things like that. The Wii's online service is mediocre at best. They do have a lot of nice old games. If you're a retro gamer, you can download a lot of old games for the Nintendo, from the Sega, from the Neo Geo, from a lot of those old systems. They've been buying up the rights to use some of those old games that would just be floating out there otherwise because the consoles are dead. So that would be a nice choice if you're a retro gamer. To get the Wii, you can buy one of the old style controllers because they have different models. I'm not very comfortable with the Wii mode. I don't like that whole idea. But they do have old style controllers that would plug in, some plug into the top, like the GameCube, where you can also slip in the GameCube games. Another nice thing about the Wii is that it is backwards compatible with GameCube games and the GameCube controller, which neither of these systems can you use the controller just like that, like you can with the Wii. Now the PS3, you can buy an adapter to use PS2 controllers. 360, no option. Now with the original model PS3, the 60 gig, which was my baby, you could play all PS2, all PS1 games. You pop them in, use your PlayStation 3 controller, and you were good to go. Now they've taken that out because apparently that wasn't a big a draw for everybody as it was for me. And so what they've started to do is actually do what Nintendo was doing and 360 was doing, was making a lot of the games available online. All systems for the 360 are not able to play the original Xbox games unless they have had a program written for it and you upload it to your system. Even with that, they don't do all games, so it's hit or miss. You can go online and look it up, see if you have your game on there. Some other drawbacks, other things to consider. The controllers for the 360 come with a couple batteries, and the batteries go quickly because it is a rumble controller. And to me, the controller feel is even worse than that of the Wiimote. I don't like the setup. I don't like the controller. The PS controller has always been my favorite, and it comes with rechargeable batteries and a cable, so you don't have to pay for that. If you want the rechargeable batteries for the 360, you got to pay for the recharger pack, which is another $20 on top of for each controller. The Wii does have some third-party rechargeable battery things out there. They have a little Wiimote station you can set them on, but those are all third-party stuff, and I highly recommend you do not hook third-party crap up to your systems, especially the PS3 or the 360. You didn't pay all this money for third-party crap to break your system down. Intercoolers, fans, third-party controllers, I don't use them and I don't recommend them. Always go with the manufacturer, because that way if there's a problem, you can go to the manufacturer. You can go to Sony, you can go to Microsoft. As far as the system's integrity goes, the original 360s had an over 65% failure rate for all the systems that came out. If you still have an original 360 and it hasn't failed on you, then you haven't been using it. And that's all I got to say about that, because I would dare to say that the rest of those systems that are still out there running, either they haven't been used or people haven't reported it and they just trashed the system and got a new one without bothering, or just trashed it and transferred over to the PS3, which would have been my choice. Microsoft did extend a 3-year warranty because they realized how badly they screwed up on the systems. And even the original design of the system itself, they put the lens reader too close to the disc. So even if you bump the table a little bit, or whatever your entertainment system, the system, if you push the button too hard taking the disc out, it would scratch the disc. So when I worked at the game store, I could see many discs that had a ring on it, and I knew it was a 360 disc right off the bat. The nice thing about the PS3 is it uses Blu-ray discs for games. So those discs have an extra hardened layer. So I wouldn't say they're indestructible, but they're so much stronger than the DVDs that the 360 and the Wii use. Pardon me. As far as the way they look, I do prefer the original PS3's model, the shiny, large. It was a little bit bigger, was a little taller. They call it the fat model, but it did have the capabilities for memory to be plugged in from the outside. As you see on here, I don't know if you can see, guys can see it, but on my Slim, I bought an adapter so I can get some extra USB ports and slip in a couple memory cards if I need to. And that's a nice little addition. It's 20 bucks. You can buy it pretty much anywhere. The new 360 did add a couple extra USB ports, which is nice because originally they only had the 2 right here, just like on the original on the Elite. There's 2 right here. On the new system, there's 2 right here, but they added 3 more to the back, which is good. They also have, like I said, the Ethernet, the HDMI now. Both systems have the optical out if you want to use it. The Elite and the systems before did not have that. Did not have the optical. It only had the 2 USBs in front and the 1 in the back. And it did not have the HDMI. Now, like I said, they have upgraded it. And hopefully with this smaller model of the 360, they have worked out some of the kinks. And like I said, I think it's pretty funny that they're trying to make it look like the PS3. The original 360 was white. It was, and now all of a sudden it's black. Did not come with the built-in Wi-Fi. Now it does. It has more USB ports. They're trying to integrate and steal from the PS3 all that they can. And now both PS3 models that are out there, the Slims that you can get, both come with an internal hard drive. I think the small one is 160 and the big one is 320. Now the 360 has 2 choices. You get the 4 gigabyte model, which is ridiculous because originally the 360 came with no hard drive or a 20 gigabyte hard drive, which turned out to be ridiculous. So they came out with a 120 gigabyte hard drive, which you had to pay for separately. And again, it can only be Microsoft's. It's this huge, ugly thing that goes on the side. The nice thing about the PS3s, always has been and always will be, is that you can upgrade the hard drive yourself. You go out and buy a SATA hard drive and you can switch it out, pop it in. And if you're planning on buying the PS3, investing in keeping the PS3, then before you start using the PS3, get that hard drive, swap it out. Because once you get information on the hard drive, it is difficult to switch it over. Unless you happen to have a spare PS3 lying around, then you can do a system transfer. But you know, that's neither here nor there. The 360, again, the new one, you can upgrade the memory, but you have to go to Microsoft again. And so if you're going to buy a new 360, make sure it's the one that comes with the hard drive, not just the 4 gigabyte, because that's not going to be enough for anything. You're not going to be able to do demos. You're not going to be able to get your music on there, movies, download games, upgrades, updates, extra content, all those things that you want to get on your system. You're not going to be able to do with just a little 4 gigabyte hard drive. So you're actually going to want to, if you're going to buy the 360, which I don't recommend, but if you're going that way, then buy the one with this decent sized hard drive. The Wii does not come with a hard drive. It comes with a little internal memory. I guess you could call it a hard drive, but it's really small, and it doesn't tell you actually how much the memory it is. It measures it in blocks, kind of like the old the GameCube. Now you can slip an SD card in there, in the front, right there, little SD card. You can pop it right there in the front, and that can help you out a little bit. But again, if you're going for high-tech stuff and you're thinking about long-term, I would look towards the PS3 or the 360. Definitely more towards the PS3. The Wii, again, is a decent system. If you're looking to exercise, it'll get you that, because it gets you up moving and jumping around. Now, the other thing about that, with the moving around, You want to make sure you got a big living room or big space in front of that TV, because you want to stand far enough back so the sensor bar, which you have to put either above or below the TV screen, right there, you got to fix it there and keep it steady, which actually reads the movement of your Wiimote. You want to have enough room so you can get accurate reading on it. And if you're going to be playing with multiple people on it, you want enough room so that if you're playing a sword fighting game or boxing, you're not right on top of each other in each other's laps or hitting into each other. The same thing with the Kinect, which now the 360 has, or the Move, which the PlayStation 3 has. If you're worried about those motion games, don't invest in it until you have a big enough area for your movement, for the video capture, or for the sensor bar. Because if you don't, then you're going to be really disappointed. If your TV's too high up and you can't aim at it properly, or the space in front of your TV is too small, then I would, again, lean towards more one of the systems where you don't need to use that. And until you get the space or the opportunity for the space, I wouldn't even worry about that stuff. That's really all I have to say. Again, I'm leaning towards the PS3. Got the Blu-ray. Both the new systems, the Slims, come with the hard drive, comes with the rechargeable controller, the built-in Wi-Fi, or you can use Ethernet if you need to. It has the HDMI capability. Will not come with HDMI cable, which didn't bother me because I want a high-quality HDMI cable. And the one that the 360 gave me, it crapped out. It was just some garbage. So go out and get yourself a monster HDMI cable, and you'll be happy. Again, you can multiple controllers to the system. You can assign up to 7 controllers to your PS3. It's only 4 for these two. For the PS3, there's just the one piece. For each controller for the Wii, you have to have the Wii controller, the Wiimote, and the nunchuck, which is a little attachment with the cable. And I always felt the cable was very restrictive. The 360 is just the one piece. So there's all these things to consider, but when it comes down to it, look at the game library, look at your budget. Both the 360 PS3 games are the exact same in price. Think about the internet costs. These are a lot of things you got to weigh. If you have any questions, please comment. And if you're going to do the PS3 and you want to upgrade the hard drive, I got a couple videos on there in FATPREACHERMAN. You can check it out. And if you have any questions, message me, email me, and let me know what else you would like to see a video of. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Jesus bless you, and good gaming.